I'm here with my friend Ashley Griggs, this up-and-coming chef. And what are we making today, Ashley?
So today we are making some savory birria, sorry I don't know roll my R's, birria chicken and lamb rolls. So you know cinnamon rolls have sugar, they have cornstarch, and they have cinnamon. Now these are savory, so they don't have any type of sugar whatsoever, but we're going to treat it like one.
I'm so excited. Let's go. How do we get started?
So to get started, we're going to go ahead and prep our vegetables. We have some cilantro here and some fresh red onion. We're going to chop it up really, really small so that we're able to incorporate it in the dough without it like chunking through and being all chunky in there. We don't want it chunky. We want it nice and smooth because we're going to layer our food in there really nicely.
Oh gosh, that sounds delicious. So why did you choose red onion over any other onion?
Red onion's really good and sweet, and honestly I'm biased on the flavor. I love red onion. It just complements the birria very, very well, so I use it anytime that I make it.
Awesome, let's do it.
All right, let's do it. Okay, so first let's go ahead and start with the onion because it's the least favorite thing of mine to cut. But fortunately, my friend Karina here has told me about a hack where we wet a paper towel, put it down, and it shouldn't cause any tears or crying. So let's go ahead and give it a try.
I think it's working.
I think so too. All right, let's do it. So in order to get the onion really small, I've already, as you can see, cut it into very small slivers. And then I line it up to the point where I'm able to just cut it down the line. And I slowly push it. You want to make sure not to put your hand down while you're cutting. I'm a pro, so I make sure I don't cut myself. Do you want to try it?
Yes.
All right, there you go. See, nice little sharp knife there.
Okay, so from what I understand, you have to hold your hand, let your knuckles in, right? How do you do this?
So since it's so small, please don't.
You got this.
Yes, you do.
This is mincing, right?
Yes,
It's called mincing.
I love
Mincing.
Look at you knowing the terms. Okay.
I don't think I've ever been accused of mincing words.
That's good. That means you're an awesome person.
Okay. Ta-da! How long do we do
Ooh.
this? Like,
Oh, that's good. That's about this. That's about the right size. So what we do next is chop up our cilantro, and we're gonna put them in this bowl and mix it up together.
I tried to grow my own cilantro.
You tried to grill it?
I tried to grow it.
Oh, grow it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't good.
Do you want to see it?
Yeah, I want to see it. And I'll keep chopping this while you show me. Oh no! Oh no! It looks like it's a little green still.
It's got a cobweb on it.
Oh God! Oh, poor cilantro. Poor cilantro. Hey, at least you gave it a try. Some people don't even try and grow their own plants. It's always good to try. But yes, this is basically the same way, but when you're initially cutting it, you want it bunched up so that it doesn't start to spread and make it harder to cut. Okay, so that's chopped up nicely. And we're gonna add it to the bowl. A lot of people don't know that this hole, you can push all your ingredients through there instead of making a mess of it going out wide from the chopping board. So we're gonna put our bowl down here. All right, so now we're gonna get some of that meat and we're gonna chop it up and set it to the side so it can cool. And while it's cooling, we're gonna roll out our cinnamon roll dough and get that prepped and ready to start filling it up and cut it up.
There's cinnamon in there?
No, it's just the dough made for cinnamon rolls.
Oh, right,
So it's
because
just-
you said that there's no sweetness in it.
That's right.
But actually, the lamb has a little sweetness in it.
It's from
already.
the lamb taste itself and the guajillo peppers that are in there. They make it kind of sweet. All right, almost finished. If you've done your job correctly, even the pieces of fat in here will melt together with it. Obviously, you want to get the gristle and put it to the side and throw it away, but if you cut it up nicely and correctly, the fat's just literally gonna melt in there, and you won't even see it. You won't tell it's there. Because I personally don't like finding a piece of fat in my meat. All right, looks like we're about done chopping.
Next.
So next, we are going to flour down this beautiful wooden table. And spread it out.
And you made sure it was extra super duper clean.
Oh yes, thank you. All right, so got that nice and floured, and we're gonna get our dough. Gonna punch it down. Thank you. Yes, you do. All right, so I'm gonna take this nice pressing thing off.
Ooh, it does smell like beer.
Yes, it's the yeast in there. Yes. And then you punch it down, literally.
Punch it. Oh, you should have. Really? Just punch it?
Yep, just punch it.
This is the best part of this. Wow, I didn't know chefs were so violent.
I know the dough gets a lot of that.
Oh, it makes sense because they're like with the hammer on the chicken.
Yes.
Okay, do I punch it again?
Yeah, you can punch it again. There you go. And we need it to deflate. There you go. So violent. Oh my goodness. This poor dough. There we go. And then now we're gonna use the spatula and get it off the sides. And then we're gonna roll it out onto this table that we just floured up so nicely. All right, so now we have our dough out, and I like to get it into like a nice little square, and I like playing with it because dough is just fun to play with. Like, it's almost like Play-Doh that you eat.
But isn't it true that you can't play with it too much?
It depends. So with cinnamon roll dough, we're gonna be rolling it out flat, and honestly, that applies when you are kneading it. So you only want to knead it to a certain extent because you can over knead. It's harder to over knead it when you're using your hands, but if you're using like a KitchenAid or something, you have to be very careful on the timing of that. So it takes about 5 minutes in a KitchenAid, and it comes out perfect. So
what's the difference what's kneading? Show me what kneading is. 'Cause
Okay.
I really don't know the difference between all the stuff you can do with dough.
all right, well, I'll show you. So kneading is usually, it's just like literally folding and turning. So you fold it over and use right here and push it down.
Okay.
Turn it back, turn it,
Oh.
turn it.
Seriously, never knew that.
Yeah.
Never knew that.
And you literally, once it's done, you would shape it into a ball. But this has been kneaded very well with the KitchenAid. So we're gonna shape it into like, kind of like a square rectangle thing going on. And we're gonna put some flour on top of this, some of the excess flour. You don't wanna do too much because it can dry it out when you're trying to roll it. And then we're also gonna put some flour onto the rolling pin. Make sure that it doesn't stick on there.
Okay.
Do you wanna give it a try?
Yes.
Awesome, there you go. So you're gonna wanna roll it into almost like a rectangular shape.
Okay.
So yes, you roll it out.
Do you
And
roll it
then
back? Or do you want to roll it in the same direction?
So you roll it in the opposite direction. So you start right here in the middle and you go forward.
Okay.
Then you lift up the rolling pin
Okay.
and you go back.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm learning a lot today.
Yes, and you go
Do it
in
again?
different. Yep, you do it again.
Do I do it this way?
Yep, you can do
Okay.
it that way too.
And then this way.
Yep. And once you get
Oh,
comfortable,
it is getting a little bit rectangular there.
Mhm. You keep on pushing. And you can do it again that same way. You don't have to just do once. You
Oh,
can do
okay.
like twice in that direction and the other direction, and you can even go at an angle to start spreading it upwards as well.
Like this?
Yep, that's exactly, yep, just like that. And sometimes if there's too much flour on the table, what I'll do is I'll use my hand and just move it out to the side because you want it to stick just a little bit to the table so that it starts to get into the correct shape.
Okay.
All right, keep on, look at you. Gonna be a pro in no time.
This is fun. I can see how this could be. There was so much baking going on during COVID. I kind of get it now. Like
It's therapeutic. You literally get to roll your emotions into that swirl right there.
Or you can
whack it, yeah, that too. Want me to take over?
yes.
Okay. Yay, good job for real. Some people don't even know how to do that much for real. Oh, I love the way it feels. All right, some good dough. Weird about my dough. I like to press my fingers to get it the way I want to whenever it's not I love this. It's a natural orange. Some people, when they're trying to produce this color, they'll use food coloring for some reason because they can't naturally get it, or they're trying to rush through the recipe. Because birria takes, it's a process.
Really?
Yes, it takes about 3 hours.
And why did you become interested in birria? I know that's kind of trending right now. I'd never heard of it. I've been in San Antonio 12 years. And birria is new to me.
Yeah? Well, what got me on it, honestly, was a bad experience with it. So, while it was trending like heavily, like really in its like first stages, I wanted to try some. So I went out and I got some tacos, and it lacked the flavor that I was really hoping for. So I was like, there has to be a way to incorporate a really good flavor into this. So I took it upon myself to research and look for a recipe, and it was history from there. Like, I've been making that recipe and I've literally turned it into my own. But I've been making it for like over a year now.
I'm so excited to try. And what gives birria the flavor? What is in there?
So I can give you some things. I can't give you everything because I have tweaked the recipe to perfection. But I'll give you 2 of the peppers. So guajillo is in there, ancho peppers, cinnamon, garlic, cinnamon sticks, like whole cinnamon sticks, cloves, salt, pepper, marjoram, which is a sweeter version of oregano. There's a lot more, but there's a lot of ingredients that go into it. And you blend it all together and it turns into this amazing, beautiful red sauce with so much flavor. It's amazing. It's one of my favorite meals, honestly, because you can even for my vegan people, you can turn this into a vegan thing. The sauce is automatically vegan. The only thing that makes it not vegan is adding the meat to it. So
Oh my gosh.
yes, it's awesome. So you want to leave an inch of the dough exposed so that when you're rolling it, it sticks to itself. Add in our meat, which is the chicken and lamb mixture. We're gonna add in some Oaxaca cheese, because why not? Who doesn't love cheese and bread? Come on. And then we're gonna add in our cilantro and onion that we prepped earlier. So first, we're gonna add in our meat. The Oaxaca cheese.
Oaxaca. Why Oaxaca?
Traditionally with these tacos, they use Oaxaca cheese, and honestly, I just like it. It's basically mozzarella cheese, but it's actually from, is it the state of Oaxaca? Or is it a city? I feel really bad
Somebody
for not
tell
knowing
us.
that.
Like, it's from Oaxaca.
I feel really bad for not knowing that. I do.
No, so what are alternatives then if you don't want to use Oaxaca?
You can use mozzarella cheese. You can use a Mexican blend of cheese. Honestly, you can use any cheese that your palate likes. Oh, you're right. Do it.
Do this. I'm violent today.
It's okay.
I should have a cooking show. It's just a violent chef where I just slap stuff together.
I'd watch that.
And what's next?
So the last thing we're gonna add on is the cilantro and onion.
Ooh.
Yes.
Smells so good.
Yes, it does. I love the freshness of cilantro.
I think that red onion was a great idea too.
Yeah.
It really does accentuate, I think, those flavors.
Yes.
But let's talk about you. What inspired you to start cooking? Because this is something I kind of like to do, and I like to learn. But you're passionate about this. Since I met you, you have been so passionate. Like just going in the kitchen, I was like, I'm just gonna make myself at home because I'm just staying out of your way and just watching.
Yes, you were one of my first customers. It was so awesome. She's so awesome. She ended up ordering some kolaches from me.
Oh my gosh.
And
yes.
I was still learning, so they weren't ready when she got there. She's like, that's okay. I'll wait. And then she ate them while she was in the kitchen.
Yeah.
She's like, whoa, these are really good. I was
They
like,
were.
thank you so much. So to go back to that question, I watched my mom cook. A lot of Black families, they tell their children, get out the kitchen. And they would tell me to get out, but I'd still be watching from the corner anyway because I was just that curious person. And whenever they would leave, yes, this is on social media now. Who cares, Mom? It's okay. I'm 30 years old. You can't spank me, okay? So whenever they would leave us alone, I would cook in that kitchen when they weren't there. I would still
Confessions.
cook.
Confessions from the chef.
I just had to know. I had to. I was too curious. I wanted to cook. I wanted to be able to cook just like my mom. So I would go in that kitchen when nobody was home. Thank God I didn't burn down anything. And I would cook. And it just was up from there. And I would watch her bake as well. And we have a family recipe for lemon pound cake.
Ooh.
And I know that recipe like the back of my hand. I'm gonna teach it to my kids too.
Because what I know you the most for is your pastries, like your sweet stuff, the cheesecakes. You've done stuff with cheesecake that I didn't know you could do with cheesecake.
I love experimenting. What I do, honestly, if you really want to know to make things different, I go online and I'll look up, say, like a strawberry crunch cake, just to see what everybody else is doing and how they decorate it. Then I'm like, all right, let's see how we can make this different. I literally will do that and put my own spin on stuff because I love being able to bake the way I want to and putting my own spin on things. It's fun.
That's courageous. Yeah, that's pretty courageous to me because I'd be so afraid of ruining it that I just stick to the recipe. I'm a very methodical, like step 1, step 2, step 3, and that I don't stray from that.
Yeah?
No, not very much.
Experimenting, it's so fun.
But what if it doesn't taste good later?
That's the good thing about experimenting. You get
That's
to try
how you
different
know.
flavors and you get to add in different ingredients and see what works.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, it's amazing. All right, so we've got our meat, we've got our cheese, we've got our cilantro and onion, and now we are ready to roll this up and get it in the oven.
Ready?
And then, as you can see, the seam that we left untouched with no oil, it literally comes together after you've rolled it. So now we're gonna cut up our roll into about 12 pieces, and we're gonna get it into a prepared pan and bake it at 350 degrees for about 20 minutes.
These babies are thick.
For these to rise, but I don't tell everybody about the heavy whipping cream. That's my little secret. Huh? Oh, thank you.
Very nice. Okay, do I turn it off?
Yes. Oh my goodness. Queso Blanco is done. We get to enjoy these rolls.
I've been waiting for this moment.
Yes, we're gonna put some of this queso blanco on there and some of our cilantro and onion that we cut up earlier. All right, so you get to pick out which roll you want to try.
I'm just gonna go with this one.
Yes, that corner one is so beautiful.
Oh, look at this. Oh, it's pretty. Oh my gosh, it is pretty spiraled. Oh my gosh. Okay, beautiful.
Okay,
Perfect.
and I'll go ahead and drizzle some of this on there for you. You let me know when, okay?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I cannot wait to eat this.
There we go. All right, and we get to top it with some of that fresh cilantro.
It does
and
make you
onion.
think of a cinnamon roll.
Yes.
It totally
Yes.
does.
Okay, tricking people. It's a nice little savory roll. Let me sprinkle some of this on it for you too. Give it some pop of color. All right. Let's find us a fork. I want you to try.
I have mine ready right here.
Oh, look at that. She stayed ready.
I am ready. I should just walk around with a fork.
I should too. I think people should have like a utility belt with utensils.
Let's do it. Hey! That's actually a good idea. You
Yeah.
just pop it out of your purse. I think that would be a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah, definitely Swiss Army.
Let's do this. Oh, it's so doughy. Oh my gosh. I want to make sure I get some of that cilantro on there. Oh my gosh. Ready? Oh my god. Holy cow. That's so good.
Yes.
Mm-mm.
Yay.
Holy cow. Y'all need this. Oh my god.
Yay, that's so
This is
awesome.
so good.
Thank you.
That cheese does a lot.
The Oaxaca or the queso
The
blanco?
Oaxaca. Or the queso blanco. Queso blanco. You wouldn't think I could say it like that, but I can. Birria, queso blanco. Yeah, y'all don't know me. So good. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for your honest feedback
Oh
too.
my god.
Savory lamb and chicken birria rolls. First time ever.
First time.